afternoon, campers. So if you've got a creaky old back, creaky old shoulders, creaky old neck like me, let's just start today doing a little bit of a warm-up. So anytime you move those shoulders, it lubricates those shoulders. Anytime you move the back, it lubricates the little vertebrae. So it's like a WD-40. Any movement gently does that. Of course, Mr. Splodge Statham here doesn't need that because he's a cat. So if you see cat stretches, that's what we're going to do today. A little cat camel stretch, but we're going to do a seated variation. You might have seen this in yoga classes. So I'm going to sit sideways onto you, but you stay sitting where you are. So your hands are going to be on your thighs and you're going to very gently round the shoulders, make a C shape of your tummy and press your back behind you, and then gently draw your chest up as if someone's got a golden thread from your heart to the sky. So rounding the shoulders, just allowing the chin to come down to the chest. You're not forcing the chin to the chest because that makes it quite hard to breathe. If you want to work with your breath, you can pull the tummy in and almost press the air out of your lungs, and as you lift the chest, draw the air into your lungs. So the movements might be quite big if your shoulders aren't too bad. If you need to though, you make the moves a little bit smaller. So any moves that you do should suit you. They shouldn't be, oh, I've got to do them huge moves. You can do them really gently. Gentle movements, just as good as big movements. So we're going to sit with the feet flat on the floor and lean slowly to one side and then the other. So the back moves in different planes of movement. So this side to side move as if you're reaching for a magazine to the side of your chair, perhaps, or a cup of tea. Somebody's made you one. Anything like that, but only go as far as your muscles, your joints, your back likes it. And then let's draw the belly in as if you're tightening a belt and lift one foot and then the other. So this movement here, working into your hip flexors, stretches through the glutes to the lower bit of your back. If that's okay, hold underneath one thigh and we might as well get a bit of mobility. Can you hear those creaks in the ankle joint? Try and relax the shoulders away from the ears, and then let's change sides. Again, you stay sitting where you are. Try not to lean back as you bring the knee up. Try and isolate that, bringing the knee up, and then circle into the ankle joint, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. I always imagine I've got a dangly pair of earrings, and hopefully that feels a little bit looser. The other range of movement we do is the reach around. For obvious reasons, if you're on the loo, you might need to reach around for the loo roll. So keeping the chest up, keeping the feet flat on the floor, just reach one hand across to the side of the thigh, and only go around as far as feels comfortable. So turning the head, looking over one shoulder, turning the head, looking over the other shoulder. When my neck's been really, really bad, driving's difficult doing that look over the shoulder move. So this next one's quite an advanced stretch. If you can, if your knee, your hip or your back are okay, bring the side of the ankle up onto the thigh of the other leg. And that, even without moving, often people feel that area there where my hand is, the glute medius, the hip, the lower back. So your knee might be like that. It might be lower if you're a bit more loose. Gentlemen's pelvises are different shapes, so they're often in this position. So here, keeping the chest up, if it's okay, just a tiny little rock forward and back. So you stay sitting straight on. I'm just moving angles so you can see what I mean. So my hips are all right, but one side, it feels like it belongs to a different person. It's so achy. So on the lean forward, you'll feel that stretch get bigger and juicier and meatier into the hip joint itself. So nice gentle moves. And then let's do the same on the other side. So lifting the leg, that's Pinky, one of the other ones now. They don't need any of these stretches. They just spend half of their life just stretching and effortless. So the knee up on this side might be in a different angle, but we're just going to lean gently forward and gently back. If you want to increase the stretch, after you've done a few of the smaller range of movement, you can reach the opposite arm forward to the side of your knees to the side. So it's a reach a little bit further forward. So now we're stretching the upper back, the mid back and the shoulder, as well as that hip complex on the side. So this is the side for me that's really tight. Excellent. So only a few moves each side, and then sit in what I think of the cabaret Sally Bowles stretch, where you bring the toes to the outside like a dancer, hands on the thighs, and again that little rock forward and back. Something that's worth considering if you're very, very creaky is sitting on a cushion, and that just puts your pelvis at a slightly different angle, and that might make it feel a little bit easier. And then walk the legs back in. Our next move, you're going to sit side saddle on the chair, hold the back of the chair, bring the leg back nearest me. So we're now stretching the front of the hip. If that's okay, you can lift the arm, and you can just do a little stretch up, lean, stretch up, lean. Fantastic. And then we'll just try that on the other side. So a swivel around, bring the leg back, hold the back of the chair for balance. That might be enough without the arm up. So we're stretching this hip flexor psoas area, the bit where the leg joins the body. If you want a bigger stretch, the arm gently stretches close to your ear or whatever angle you can get, so the fingers towards the sky. Lovely. Knees in, back round to the centre, and we'll finish off how we started. So often if your neck or your back's achy, the other bits of you are achy as well, but he doesn't want to sit on me, take a tip from the cats. Just keep moving, just keep stretching, get lots of rest, and eat lots of pilchards. Is that what you're saying? Apparently Splod recommends pilchards. Oily fish, I think, is what you mean. Oily fish is good for your joints as well. I'll see you next time.